So first of all, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land where we meet today, and I would like to pay my respects to the elders, both past and present. And so before we begin, as usual, so we have to respect our greatest teacher, the perfect one that born to this world. So that's the tradition that we do when you're hosting a Buddhist session. So it's not a religion, but this is to respect, to pay our homage to the teacher who found this wisdom. That's a tribute. It's a respect. So let's do this. So people who knows, you can continue with me, but the others, you can just listen. Okay? So let us bring our hand together in veneration, the Supreme Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here. I know some people, I know you guys because I met you before. Those who don't know about me, I'm not talking a religious thing. I'm not talking about Buddhism as a religion. I'm going to explore with you about our lives, about our life. Are you all human beings? Are you all human beings? I can see that there are human beings in front of me. Okay, if you are a human being, ladies and gentlemen, then you have an ability to reflect about yourself. That's the basic qualification. That's the main qualification that you received by having a human life. The first thing that you received is to reflect about yourself. Dog cannot do that. Dogs, they cannot reflect about themselves. You have an ability to reflect about what's going on here. Because the human mind has an ability to think, to reflect, to understand what's going on within you. The wisdom that I received from my teachers, it's not something that I can explain in the board and I can explain using theories. In order to understand that, you have to fully engage with me. That means, ladies and gentlemen, your mind and my mind has to come into a similar frequency. Shall I say like that? You have to have the same mindset like me. That is the way to understand this wisdom. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? There's a saying, knowledge is what to say and wisdom is when and how to say. Knowledge is what to say and wisdom is when and how to say. But there's more than that. The wisdom is, ladies and gentlemen, that wisdom means something that you can't see from your eyes, but you can imagine, you can understand, you can comprehend, you can reflect within yourself. Knowledge can't be wisdom. Because I have studied biochemistry and biophysics. That is not wisdom. What is that? That's knowledge. Do you agree with me? Knowledge is something that you learn from school, universities, isn't it? Then you can write down things, you can memorize and you can pass the exams and then you can find a job and then earn some money. That's because that's thanks to wisdom, not wisdom, but thanks to knowledge. But wisdom is something completely different, ladies and gentlemen. Wisdom is, my folks, wisdom is something that you have to understand what's going on within you. Why you are here? Why are you here? Why there's existence like this? Why there's Sydney? Have you ever questioned that why there's Sydney? Oh, Sydney is there, so we live in there, right? We never question why Sydney is there. We never question about why do we feel fear, grief, anger, stress, anxious, depression. We never question about that. We question about how to overcome it, how to solve it, how to temporarily relieve from that, how to find a temporary relief. You get stress pills, sleeping tablets, sleep tablets, right? Yes. To get rid of the pressure that you feel, you get that, right? But listen, there should be something more than that you can do that. Rather than having a pill for your fear, grief, anger, isn't it? Let's go back to your life. Shall we come through your life? Are you ready to go back to your childhood memories? The first thing that we have to do is, you have to be like a child. Are you ready to be like a child? No? No, Bante. I know who am I. Okay, I know that you are Joe, you are Nick, and you are blah, blah, blah. But I'm not talking about your name. I'm talking about when I ask you who are you, who you are, do you have an answer? Do you have an answer for that? What's the answer, madam?
I'm spiritual.
I'm spiritual, of course. Good.
I unite myself with the whole world.
You unite yourself with the whole world. Nice.
What religion, what country, what...
You're connected to the entire world?
Yes.
Nice.
I would like to develop more in my being, to be enlightened. So these are different. But we know, unknown no doubt. I mean, not everyone probably knows, but I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then shall we come to an agreement like this? Throughout this talk, shall we act like you don't know who you are? Let's try to find out yourself. Let's try to find out about you. So what is this? Hello. What is this? Clock. For this talk, throughout this talk, we are going to name this as Bulbul. What? Bulbul. Bulbul. Why? Because you are like a kid now. You don't know about this. So I'm giving a name for this. What is the name? Remember those days when you were a kid, like you asked from mama, wow. Then mom said, son, daughter, this is a clock. What is this? A clock. What is this? A clock. Likewise, now I'm saying, what is this? Bulbul. So what is this? Only for this talk, right? Don't call it Bulbul after this talk. Okay. Because you have to be like a child throughout this time. Are we ready? Okay. I'm going to show you a serious problem that we all have. Let's go back to your childhood memories. Do you remember when you need something, when you were need something? Let's say you saw a candy, someone is eating a candy and you wanted that. And what happened? What did you do? You cried, right? Why did you cry? Why did you cry? Because you thought by crying, your mom will give you what? The candy that you wanted. And you asked from your mom, hey mom, I wanted that. I want that. Then what she said? No. Then what you did? Okay, let's see. And then you start crying. You annoyed her, right? and then what happened? Then what she did? What did she do? Then in order to stop that annoyance, right? She has to give you that. She had to give you that, isn't it? Then she bought it and she handed over it to you. Then after that, what happened to you? And you were silent. Isn't it? Okay. Did you solve the problem? Did you solve the problem, or did you take some temporary relief for the problem? Remember those days, like when you need something, when you wanted something because of your whatever the friends. Those days I remember that we had erasers, like different shapes of erasers. When I was young, when I was little, we had apple eraser. It's a shape of an apple, like this, something, an eraser. Back in Sri Lanka, we had this apple eraser. So everyone has apple eraser, but one day, one guy brought something like this, the white color, very professional eraser. Then what happened? What happened to me? Then I thought, he is happy because of what? He is happy because of that eraser. Then I thought, okay, if I have that eraser, then I'll be over the moon, I'll be happily ever after, like the movies that have seen. Remember in the movies, Disney movies, at the end of the Disney movie, what they show? They live happily ever after. Then you think what? Actually, they can live happily ever after that, isn't it? Ask from your mom and dad whether they are living happily ever after. They will tell you a big story about what is the happiness. Right? Are you on the same page with me still? Agree with me? So then what happened? I went to my mom and I said, Mom, listen. You know this eraser, the apple eraser, it creates a lot of dust. And because of that, I have to clean the book every time. That takes time. As a result of that, I cannot write my answer properly. Listen, look, if I have this one, then I can actually get more marks. And she knows that what I wanted, right? Then what she said, okay, I'll give you. But first, you have to do this. So she take what? She asked, okay, if you do this, I'll give you this. Then what you do? Now you have to do something that you don't like to do for that eraser. Once you did that, and then what happened? When your mom gives you the eraser, then what happened? Oh, you feel 7-star ecstasy, right? You feel very happy about that. Remember this kind of thing happened to you, or is it something that happened to me only? Let's go back to your memory. Let's go. I'm exploring your life, what you are doing, what you have been doing so far. When I was thinking about that eraser, how did I feel? About my mind. If I look into my mind, what happened to my mind? Those days when I was thinking that way, when I was looking for that, when I was thinking, okay, I should have that, I should ask from my mom. Mom, when I was begging in front of my mom, how was my feeling? Craving, right? I feel upset, desperate. I feel the desire. There's some burning sensation happens here, isn't it? Not only me, you have to apply with your life story. You have a similar life story with you. And then one sudden day, okay, after that, after having the eraser, it got rid away. That burning sensation got rid away. Now I am happy. Now I thought, okay, problem is done. Then what happened? Another day, another day, another boy next to me, now he has a pencil that it can change the plastic clips, that you can change the you don't have to you don't need a cutter for that. Sharpener, yes, you don't need a sharpener, so you can actually change the points. Leads, yes. Yes. This is my experience, right? What I did? Then I thought, oh, okay, this man is so happy because of what? Now he is having a pencil. Now I don't have that pencil. Now what I did? I go beg in front of my mom and dad, hey, because of this, I cannot study. Please give me what? That pencil. After having that pencil, can you go back to the normal pencil, or now you started dependency on that pencil? Yes. After that, you're now not going back. It's something like that. When you were small, you had TV, right? 27-inch TV. And then one Sunday, your father brought what? Let's say 35-inch TV. And then after 2 years, then he brought what? 55-inch TV. And then now I heard that now they are selling 100-inch TV. No, you are not going back to the 27-inch. You always upgrade. The funny story is, ladies and gentlemen, there are only 2 people in the house. They are watching 100-inch TV. Each and every pixel is generating some electricity to trigger some colors within your mind. The whole electricity board is working for you for that TV. Don't you think there's some problem here? There's a huge problem here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't see that it has a problem. We think that, okay, we are finding a solution for that. So let's go back to the story. I'm awakening you, isn't it? Right? I'm taking you through the journey that you had. Then what happened? Then you wanted to take part in some school activities, extracurricular activities. Then you were thinking about, okay, whether you play basketball, swimming, or scouting, or whatever the extracurricular activities. Then one guy said, what? If you do this, then that's wonderful. And then, you can have a career as well, something like that. Then you think, what? This guy is happy because of he is doing that. Then what you did? You started that. When you started that, what happened? Then you started dependency on that. Isn't it? This is how your life is spending, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you spend your life. When you want something, it builds some vexation within your mind. Vexation means, the urgeness, some mental pressure, pain. It comes with that pain. Do you agree with me? When you wanted something, the moment that you want something, it comes with an mental vexation. Isn't it? Do you have that experience? Do you have that mental vexation right now? You have, but you don't feel that you have it. I'll explain later. Imagine when you wake up in the morning, what do you do? Usually, don't you wake up in the morning? You wake up in the morning, usually, what do you do? No. You don't get out of the bed straightly. What is the first thing that you do? Take the phone. Because you have that alarm, sometimes there's always snooze button is switching on, right? There's a big snooze button. When you take the phone, let's say if battery is dead, then what happens? You have to charge it, right? But you don't want to get out of the bed. Imagine the feeling that you have right now in that moment. You feel the vexation, isn't it? And then what do you do? You want to get rid of that mental vexation. You want to get rid of that pressure, pain, mental pain. Because of now the action that you do is to what? To get rid of that mental pressure, not to charge the phone. Whatever the action that you have done, even here, when I was asking that eraser from my mum, I had that mental pain, isn't it? In my mind, I was having this idea that if I had this eraser, then what will happen? If I have this eraser, then what will happen? It will go away. What? The mental pain that you experience will go away. This is what you felt. Actually, that happened as well. When you have the eraser, what happened to you? When you have that eraser, what happened to you? I'm not talking about the eraser. You have to apply with your life experience. When you have that, what you want? That temporary, that mental pain, what happened to that mental pain? It relieves. It goes away. It withers away. Now, as a result of that, ladies and gentlemen, what happened? You thought that eraser is something that that eraser has a quality. Eraser has an ability to liberate yourself from the suffering. Do you agree with me? In your mind, you have an idea that things that exist in this outside can liberate yourself from suffering. Can they? They can't. But do you have that idea? That's why you do many things in your life. Imagine a person who's having a headache. What did he do? He's taking a panadol. Usually he takes a panadol, isn't it? Paracetamol. By having a panadol, then what happened? The headache goes away, withers away. Then he starts to feel the relief from the headache. Do you feel the relief after you having a panadol? If you have a headache, then what happened? When you take a panadol, then what happened? It got relief. Like say, agree? If somebody start to think then, Panadol has a quality, Panadol has an ability to give me relief. Then, would he be right or wrong? Is he right or wrong? Panadol has an ability to relieve him? Does Panadol has an ability to give happiness? If there's a headache, then Panadol will be able to relieve from the headache. Isn't it? Do you agree with me? If there's a headache, then Panadol would be able to relieve from the headache. But if there's no headache, what is the use of Panadol? Okay, have a Panadol right now. Would you be able to feel the relief that you experience when you have a headache? Right now, if you have a Panadol? No. Okay, that's good. Okay, at least you have basic knowledge of having a Panadol. Now, think about this. How many Panadols would you need? How many Panadols would you need to have to get rid of the headache completely? I mean, eradicate the headache from your life. Would you be able to get rid of the headache by having Panadols? How many Panadols do you need to have? Would you be able to do that? Get rid of the headache out from your life? Or each and every time when you have a headache, you take a Panadol for a relief, temporary relief, isn't it? That's fine. But I'm asking, how many Panadols do you need to completely eradicate the headache? Would you be able to do that? No. Then, having a Panadol for headache is a temporary relief, isn't it? If somebody is having, imagine this kind of situation, time to time you are having a headache. Morning you have a headache, take a Panadol. And then when it comes to lunch, you have a headache and you take a Panadol. And when it comes to night, you have a headache, then you take a Panadol. So every day you are having a Panadol 3 times at least. I think it's okay, right? To have 3 Panadols per day? Okay. Now tell me, if somebody is doing like that, every day, right? He is having Panadol because of the headache. What would you recommend him? Go and find a doctor and ask from somebody that why you are having this headache, isn't it? Because having a Panadol is not a solution for that. Do you understand what the point is? Having a Panadol is not a solution for that headache, ladies and gentlemen. Do you agree?
So what is the solution?
Wait. I'm giving a metaphor. I'm giving an example here. Having a Panadol is not the solution. Then you have to find out why this headache is manifesting in your head. Why this headache is coming. What is the reason? What are the reasons for this headache? When you inspect the reasons, then you would be able to cure that headache completely. Do you agree with me? If you inspect the reasons, causes.
Well, if it is headache, maybe you are right. But if I have got a lumbar spine and I take 1 Panadol, I should take 2 in the morning, 2 at night. But I take one in the morning, one because I don't want to be addicted to Panadol Osteo. So then, how would I know why my lumbar spine? I know why meniscus tear in my knee, but I don't know what is the reason. I know that I was athletic, running, going. So not always. If we take only the headache that I take Panadol, this is very simple. Yes, if I have got a headache, I am against medication really. But supposedly that I have got the headache and I take Panadol and it goes. Not always has got a mental reason or something. Maybe my body is not, maybe I am tired, maybe something happened. But
in order to do that,
the headache is not a good reason always to go for. We have got other problems in our bodies, and we don't know. Maybe I did exaggerate when I ran from circular key to central about 4 or 5 years ago, and I got this lumbar.
yes, madam. I'm not talking about the headache. So this is the example that I'm taking. You have to think about this. If you have a headache time to time, I'm not asking that you have a headache now. I'm not telling that you have a headache right now. I'm telling that if somebody has a headache and time to time he is taking panadol, he is not inspecting, he is not going and meet, he doesn't go to a doctor and ask why I'm having this headache time to time. Right? No. I'm just giving a metaphor, example. Right? Right? Okay. Then what should he do? Whatever the person who is having headache, he should first go and seek a medical, whatever the doctor, and he have to find out what is the reason, what are the root cause for this headache. Then he would be able to get rid of the headache, isn't it? Now tell me, those days when you were wanting an eraser or something when you were small, you had this mental pain, isn't it? Pressure, stress, annoyance, you had it in your mind, isn't it? And then what you did, you took the solution, what? Buying an eraser. It's like a panadol, isn't it? That mental pain is still coming in your mind, still there in your mind. Time to time it comes out. From morning to night, when you're doing everything that you do, every action that you have, that you're taking, it comes with that mental pain, isn't it? If you're listening to music, can you stop listening to music? Can you stop doing? Can you stay without listening to music? No, why? If you stop listening to music, then what will happen? You will feel the pressure increases in your mind. Isn't it? And because of that, in order to get rid of the pressure, you need music. Do you agree with me? In order to get rid of the pressure, mental pressure that you feel, now you want music always. And how about the other things that you have? When you have desires, ladies and gentlemen, that desire comes with, it's not only a thought, it comes with what? A pain, mental pain. Some urge, some void that you have that void to fulfill. Then what you do? You take action to bring that thing to your life. This is like having a panadol, ladies and gentlemen. Everywhere you can see big panadols. This is also a panadol. This is also a panadol for people who wanted this. Right? This whole is also a panadol for people who want what? To have, let's say, have a party. Okay, this is a panadol for them. Let's say if you want to, if you vex, if you have the mental pain for searching for a hole, then Redfern Town Hall is a perfect solution for that mental pain, isn't it? That's an ideal panadol. Do you see? Can you see this as a panadol? Like I'm showing you that these are the things that we cling into. Everything that we cling into in our lives are like a panadol, and having a panadol to a headache, ladies and gentlemen. Do you feel in the same way? How about you, madam? Sir, what do you think? Think about it. Whatever you do. When you want, you do it. After you do, would that wanting goes away or still the wanting will be there? Okay. Why did you buy a car? I'm not asking you to buy a car, right? Let's say, I'll explain everything clearly, but just asking. Why did you buy a car? Okay, let's say you found a car from marketplace. That's perfect for you. Then after that you message him. Then you were waiting until he reply. You desperately now want that car. What will happen to you? Now waiting game starts until he replies, right? When he replies, ting, then what happened? Ooh. You quickly check the phone. Why are you doing that? Because that relieves you from that vexation. Now you can't stop looking at that message. Do you feel this? What I'm saying? Those days when I was applying for my PhD position, when I was in Sri Lanka, I write emails to these supervisors in universities. And when they reply, I always had a different the tone for emails in my tab. When I get that tone, tiling, ooh, email. Every time they are saying, unfortunately. When they start email with unfortunately, what happened? I know that this is not going to happen, right? Even I'm not reading that. Do you have this kind of experience? I was checking the emails. Whether I received something. Ting, ting, ting. Ooh, email. Unfortunately. Go away.
Are you saying the problem lies in wanting a car, or in wanting a car, or being, I guess, obsessed with the act of getting the car, or both?
Sorry, what?
So
are you saying wanting a car or?
Is the problem wanting a car or
needing a car?
Pardon?
You're asking, this is the question that you want to ask. I'll ask it, right? You're asking, yes, are you asking the problem is wanting a car or need a car?
Is the problem physically wanting to buy a car, or being anxious, nervous, or
Yes, exactly, sir. Wanting a car comes with that anxiousness and the mental pain. When you want a car, the thought happens in your mind, and that thought comes with that mental pain. You don't want to live with that mental pain. That's the problem you have. Because of that, now what you do? You perform an action as quickly as possible to buy that car and bring that car to your home. Let's say now car is with you. Have you ever finished the wanting? Wanting means not the wanting, that the mental pain that you felt. No, ladies and gentlemen, you know what will happen? After you have the car, now you have to pay the rego, pay parking fines, parking tickets. What else? Insurance. So all the other things now comes with that. There's a package comes with that. When you think about them, now you still have what? That headache. I'll solve this puzzle. Give me some time, I'm going to solve this puzzle for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I need you 110% attention. I'm talking about what you felt, and I'm going to show you that you didn't feel in that way that I see about that experience. Because thanks to my teachers, we found that actually this is not the way it actually happens, but we feel in that way. The mental pain that you experience is not because of that wanting the car, needing the car. But it comes within the mind because of another process. We are going to explore that. That's why, even though you treat for the problem won't go away. Why? The problem will be still there because why? It's only a temporary solution for that. Even after you have the car, you still have that wanting, the feeling that you have still you want the car, isn't it? You bought the car for wanting, because of wanting. After you have the car, still you want the car, isn't it? Then what's the purpose of buying the car?
So, for a young boy, he needs maybe to go to university, he needs to go far away, or he wants it, not everyone else. And it is okay. Even later on he will pay the insurance, later on he will pay the fine if he parks wrongly, later on he will. Yes, a human being always we want something. We want to improve our life. So what is wrong with it? It arrives and a time, because he is a young boy, it is normal. If he doesn't feel the need or the want, I will worry about him. I will worry about his mental state but he is right.
Yes, I'm not talking.
At my age, I am getting rid of everything. I go to the homeless and I give that and I give this and I buy this, buy that. Because no longer I educated my heart. I don't want things really.
But madam, you still have the mental pain. I'm not talking about that's why I'm not talking about.
This is very, very strong word. Sometimes we do have a little bit of anxiety about improving something. But it's mental pain. I don't have mental pain. No.
Yes, the thing is, as long as we are ignorant for that, we don't feel that we have it. Yeah, that's why I ask you to reflect about you. Then you will find this. Every moment we need something to do. You can't keep without doing. You can't stay without doing nothing. Why?
I want to improve my health.
Yes, madam. Could you please help me to continue this session? Then I'll answer your questions. Would that be okay? Right? Because otherwise I can't. Because I'm going to show you something that actually you can't actually experience. Because this is not something that conventionally we discuss. Mental pain, buying a car, and those two actions are not coming together. I'm not saying that you don't have to buy a car. I'm saying your intention to buy a car to get rid of that mental pain. You're buying the car to get rid of that headache out of you. Do you have this kind of experience? When you have wanting, you're doing the action to get rid of that wanting, the wanting feeling, the feeling that haunts you, that annoys you. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about the action that you perform. You can buy the car for what? To go to place A from B. That's okay. I accept that. But throughout our life, what we have been doing is, we have been taking the action for what? Not for the purpose, but to get rid of the mental vexation.
Yeah, it's like the idea of buying, like most people, instead of buying it, you can buy like a cheap second-hand car to take you from A to B. They go, I want this Toyota car, I want this BMW, I want this Mercedes, this one.
No, it's fine. It's fine. That's also fine. Let's say somebody introduce you, okay, this is a good car to buy. That's fine. Buying that car is fine to have a comfortable ride or something. That's there. That's the comfortableness, that's the technology, whatever, that's fine. I'm not talking about that.
It isn't a desire, you want the technology, you want the comfort, you don't need it.
There's a hidden desire as well, but I'm going to detach this desire from the physical thing that you experience. I'll explain like this. In your mind, you start to feel, what do you feel? Thoughts. Thoughts comes to your mind, right? Different thoughts. Thoughts come to your mind, right? Thoughts doesn't comes with you mental pain. Thoughts are thoughts. They don't have any agenda to bring mental pressure within your mind. But when you are thinking about something that you wanted to buy or something that you want, then what happens? This thought comes with a mental pain. What do you think? Do you have this experience? When you're thinking about something that you want, then what happens? You have that annoyance, something that you don't like, something you don't want to keep that with you. Even for now, I'm now going to show you something, right? See? How do you feel? I didn't show you something, but you feel, What? Can you hear this sound? Okay, listen. Why? Why are you bothering? Now you have expectation to hear a sound, right? But the thing is, okay, that expectation comes with the pain, isn't it? I'm talking about that pain. I'm not talking about that thought that arises. If you can live without that pain, but having this only the thought, then you can actually live happy life. Why? Because now there's no pain comes within the mind. Every action that you do is for the purpose of its own action. Yes.
So it's going to the car. It's about having the car, not wanting the car.
Exactly. Wanting the car means something that mental vexation comes. Having it. There's a good quote that I think. Have and use everything, but own nothing. Have and use everything to your life, what you want, what you need. Have and use everything, but own nothing. When you own things, then all the problems comes with it. Because I don't own this pen, isn't it? I don't own this pen. Why? They have donated to me, but I can still project that this is my pen. But the thing is, I know that this pen, whatever the carbon atoms, electrons, protons, they don't have an agenda to be with me. This is something I have projected on this. Isn't it? When you understand this, you can live happy life. That is what mindful living. You're mindful about the living. Mindful about your life. Do you understand this slightly at least? I'm trying my best to convey this message to you. This thought comes with this pressure. You want a car. Then you are not buying the car for your need. You're buying the car to get rid of this thing. Imagine you have a exam. You have an exam. Don't you have this kind of mindset? I should get this exam. Bothering me, annoys me. I'm hoping that quickly, let's say you have the exam on 5th of December. I'm hoping that 6th of December comes early as possible. Why? 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 Because you don't want to live with this. Isn't it? 6th of December is your panadol. For this pressure. Nobody showed you how this pressure arises in the mind. Nobody showed you, madam, that how this pressure arises in the mind. The annoyance, the feeling of negative emotions, how that happen. Nobody showed you. That's why people are addicted to things. You can't stop addicted to things. Why? Being addicted to things, why? Why? What is the reason? Because when you don't have that, then you start that mental pressure, then you need again to use that. Because you don't know how that pressure arises in the mind. Do you understand this? Sir, what do you feel?
I don't. It's not mine. It's not. I don't identify with that. I don't.
No, I mean, even though when you are listening to me, you have this mental pain. Shall I tell you? Shall I show you?
What is it? What is mental?
Can't you hear? When I'm telling you like this, then what happened? Let's say if everybody do like this, and except for you, you don't feel like that. Then what? What happened to my ears? Then you will check your ears. Why? If everybody respond to me, let's say, imagine that if everybody responds to me, and one person can't hear what I'm saying, then he will feel he would feel like he's somewhere isolated, right? And then you start to feel that something happened to your ears. Then you're worried about that. Each and every moment, ladies and gentlemen, each and every moment you have this pain. Not only now, in order to hear this sound, you have that pain. Those days when you're watching movies, the I don't know about Hollywood movies, the previous, the old movies, when they fight each other, right? After they punch, you hear the voice, right? The sound. The sound comes after some delay, right? Right? Have you had this experience? Then what happened? It annoys you, right? Because I had this experience when I was watching from TV. Those when I was small, young, right? It annoys. Why? Because you are expecting the sound with that punch. That means even for that you feel the mental vexation. Right now, you're vexed to see something, at least. If I stay like this without doing anything, then what would you do? You get bored or something. You will be looking at the things in the. Why? You change your head, and why? Ladies and gentlemen, this vexation comes within. But the thing is, sad story is, this problem, you had this problem when you were born. Now, how old are you, madam? How old are you? 40? 80? How old are you? 15? 15? 50? 30? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years now you have spent your life. Right? But the thing is, do you have the problem still? Still do you have the problem, isn't it? When are you going to find a solution for this? Or shall we enjoy this life like having panadol every day? What do you think? I'm asking you a question. I'm asking a serious question. Because you never questioned about the mental pressure that you felt. You always felt, okay, if I have this, then it will go away for the time being. So you always had this dependency on things.
No.
No.
I have mental pain because I lost my son last year at the age of 48, 23rd of December 2023. I have this mental pain. Losses.
Then why are you? That's why I'm going to show you something. Then even though your son pass away, then you won't feel the mental pain.
Yeah, I feel mental pain.
I'm showing you way to live without a mental pain. Even though your son passes away, you don't feel that pain. Because you're happy. Happiness comes within. Not happiness. Happiness is not something that comes from the outside. Okay. Everybody tell me, your happiness always associate with objects, right? Things. You know, this is very precious source. This is very, very old. It's very antique. Then what happened? Now you have dependency on these things. You will keep this in your corner cupboards. Isn't it? You will keep this in your house to display that this is very antique and you can, because we are projecting values in it. We are projecting values. Because values, why we are valuing it? Because we feel that gives happiness to everybody. Okay, gold is precious, isn't it? Gold is precious, isn't it? If somebody finds out that because of gold, most of the people are now having cancers, and the scientists have proved that because of gold, even though it's inert, that they found that because of the gold that nowadays people are getting cancers, then what will happen? That's the end of the gold. Why? Then nobody will wear it, nobody will keep it with you, even though it's scarce, but people don't like to keep it with you. Why? Like asbestos. Those days people use asbestos. Roofing, right? And now, when people say asbestos, they run away. Isn't it? Why? Somebody found out that asbestos is causing asbestosis. That's the disease. Am I right? Then people throw asbestos away. Those days, asbestos is the perfect solution for roofing. I'm going to show you how this thing came, how this mental pain came. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever the thoughts that come to you, it doesn't come with this mental pain. But when you project that value, something that, when you project that thing can make you happy, when you have that idea that things can make you happy, that idea triggers mental pressure in the mind. There's an idea in the mind. There's an idea in the mind. What is the idea? Happiness. is there in the outside. Happiness is something that you can gain from things, by achieving things. Happiness is something that you can gain from achieving degree, PhD. Happiness is something that you can gain from buying that eraser. Happiness is something that can gain from doing things. Do you have this idea? That is everywhere, isn't it? Each and every human being has this idea, isn't it? You have that idea. You have that idea. You always seek for things. You are seeking for things. Why? You think that happiness is there in the outside. Happiness is there in the music, songs. That's why people listen to songs. Why? Why do they listen to songs? They make them feel happy. Do you agree with me? There are beautiful things in the outside, isn't it? This flower, this arrangement is beautiful, isn't it? This is so nice. This has the quality. This has a quality to bring happiness to you, isn't it? Do you have this idea? From morning to night, you are working for that happiness. You are working. Why? You are seeking for that happiness. You are searching for that happiness. You are trying your level best to keep that happiness with you. Isn't it? This is what you feel. This is what you have an idea. Then what do you do? You have this idea that happiness is in the outside. As a result of that, now you are searching for happiness, isn't it? When you are searching for happiness, are you happy or are you unhappy? When you are searching for happiness, are you happy or are you unhappy? Why? Because this is something that you have to search. Yeah. This is something that you have to search for. Because happiness is not with you, isn't it? If you don't have something you want, then are you happy or unhappy? Happy or unhappy? Unhappy. Do you understand what I mean? If you are searching for the happiness, then you are unhappy. Now what happened? Now you are searching for it. What happened here is, if I apply this to an example, you think car is going to give you satisfaction. You have an idea that car is going to give you happiness. Car is going to give you satisfaction. Car is going to give you ecstasy, happiness, peace, serenity. But ladies and gentlemen, car is not going to give you happiness, peace or serenity, because the Toyota or the company, Mazda or whatever the company, they have made this car to do what? Go from A to place A to B. What is the purpose of the car? I'm going to write this material part in here, okay? In purple color. What is the purpose of the car? To travel A to B. Nobody built a car by including ingredients called happiness. Do they have happiness plates, happiness metals? Huh? Huh? Do they build with happiness plates, happiness metals? No. Is there any powder like happiness to spray on top of the car to give you happiness? No. So what is the purpose of the car then? Huh? To go from A to B. But what is the idea that you have? This is your mental part, this is the physical part. See, I'm drawing this line. This is the mental part, this is the physical part. You have an idea that car will liberate you. Car will give you some happiness, some satisfaction. Do you agree with me? Then what happened? Now you are searching that car for what? For the happiness, for the satisfaction. When you are searching for the car, when you are searching for car for the happiness, satisfaction, now you are unhappy, isn't it? This is where the mental pressure comes. The fear, anxious, mental pressure, whatever that comes now in the mind, because of what? Now you're searching something, car, for what? For happiness. But the thing is, happiness is not along with that thing. Comes with that thing. They don't make car for give you happiness. The physically, whatever the car's physical attributes, the parameters are to take you from A to B, isn't it? Now what happened, ladies and gentlemen? Because of the mental pressure, now can you stay with this? Do you like to stay with mental pressure, or you want to get rid of it? Do you like to stay with mental pain, or you want to get rid of it? In order to get rid of it, now what do you do? What do you need? The car. Then what are you doing? You're bringing this car into your world, your house. When you bring this car into your world, ladies and gentlemen, then what happened? How about this mental pain, pressure? It goes away, isn't it? It's temporary relief. It goes away. I'm drawing a graph here. This is the mental pressure. When you are thinking about the car, the mental pressure increases. And when you have the car, what happens? Mental pressure decreases. It goes away. Now subconsciously you feel some relief, isn't it? You feel a relief, some relief. Do you feel that? When you have something that you want, what do you feel? You feel the relief, the relaxation. As a result of that, now you're projecting that car gave you the happiness. You're confirming to yourself, this idea is correct. Because you start to experience some relief. Because of this relief, now you are positively confirming this idea is correct. What is the idea? The car makes me happy. If car makes me happy, then pen should make me happy as well. Because if car can make me happy, there are things that can make me happy. You're coming to that conclusion. Does car makes you happy, or just car is just a electron, proton, neutron cloud? You need petrol, you need diesel to go to place A to B, and it works. Okay, there's nothing to do with the mental pain here. But we think that whatever that we felt, the mental pain, the happiness is actually came from where? The car. Have you heard the absence make the heart grow fonder? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. When I was in Australia, when I went back to Sri Lanka after 2 years, my mum, when I met her at the airport, she hugged me, she kissed me. She tried to embrace me, and she tried to attach me to her. And then after 1.5 months, she is asking, when are you going to go back again? If I am the one who makes her happy, then she should feel the same happiness throughout that 2 months, right? Isn't it? Because if the happiness was with me, then she should feel the same happiness again and again and again, isn't it? Did she feel that in that way, or after some time, after 2 months, then she is asking? Now she got afraid that I won't go away again, because she wanted me to do the PhD. Then she asked me, when are you going back? Then I said, come on, you told me that. You thought that I am your happiness pill, right? Ladies and gentlemen, do you find the problem here? We have a wrong idea, misperception, misconcept that in our minds, that is, things can be satisfy you. That's why every day since you were born, now you're feeding for your satisfaction, your desires. But the thing is, when you feed things for your desires, you won't gain anything. It's something like having a panadol for a headache. When are you going to stop feeding the desires? Don't you have this problem with you? You have to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. You have to reflect about this. When I was coming, the person who dropped me, he was talking about in Australia, there's a huge problem, the obesity. Why there's obesity? Why? Because of the untamed mind. Now they are taking pills. For what? They are doing some surgeries and everything to get rid of they are re-engineering the digestion system to get rid of the obesity, and they are planting balloons or something inside the stomach to make you feel less hungry. Don't you think these are panadols? These are panadol solutions? If you can educate people, what is the purpose of having food? Food cannot make you happy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the happiness that you felt is the reduction of the mental pressure that you felt. It is not happiness. Do you understand this? When you feel the pressure, just when you have, let's say you have a nice plate on in front of you, then you went to a restaurant with your colleagues, right? They order something else and you order something else. Then when you have everything, then you feel what? He is having a delicious meal than me. Then you feel that in that way. Then what do you want? You want to have a taste. Can I have a taste, please? Why are you having a taste if this is the choice that you have chosen, right? That gives you happiness, then when you're smiling, I know that because I live the same life like you. Then yeah. My one is better. Because you always matches with the way, because you have specific ways that you love. You have separated this world that these things gives you happiness, the other things don't give you, the other things gives you unhappiness. You don't like it. Since you separate the world into two pieces, now you want the things that you love always. You hate the things that you don't love. Do you understand this? Now what happened? You always wanted to experience the things that you want, things that you love. When you come to family life, then there's the problem comes in. Why? The one person likings, the other person, right? he or she doesn't like it. Then what happened? Then the problem starts. Why? Then you don't like it? Come on, this is so nice. Why do you feel that it's when you ask the question, then I remember those days. Tell me why don't you like it? There's no answer, rational answer for that. I don't like it, that's it. Don't ask questions, I don't like it. Why don't you like it? Tell me. No questions. I don't like it. Because you don't have a logical answer behind this. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this idea is illogical. You like things that you feel happy, that makes you happy. But the thing is, nothing in this world can make you happy. Once you realize that nothing can make you happy, that brings the happiness that comes within. Imagine a situation that you have everything that you have right now, but you don't want those things. But you use it for the purpose. Then you can live happy life. Use this glass for the purpose. What is the purpose of this glass? Always mindful about your actions. Are you performing an action to satisfy your desires, or are you performing an action to fulfill your needs? Ladies and gentlemen, there are two things in this world, needs and wants. Wants cannot be satisfied, but needs can be satisfied. If you need glass of water, okay, have it. If you need something to eat, okay, have it. Okay, then you have different choices. What? Pizza, spaghetti, rice and curry, whatever. Choose something, that's it. Don't project that, okay, pizza is giving happiness than the rice. No, that's wrong. Because some people love pizza, some people hate pizza. Then there should be rational explanation that if pizza is giving happiness, then how come that other people doesn't like it? Do you like logical world or illogical world? You love to live very logically, right? Did you use the elevator there? Have you used the elevator there? There's an elevator, right? If you pressed number 2, let's say there's an elevator that takes you through to the 5th floor. When you press 2, it takes you to the 5th floor. And when you press number 5, it takes you to the 2nd floor. And when you press 3, it takes you to the 1st floor. Do you like to live like do you like to go in that elevator? No, right? Because you need some logical explanation. At least they should change the numbers. We love to live logically. When you get onto the car, right? When you start the engine, if it doesn't start, then you don't like it in that way, right? Because you need logical way. It should start at least. At least it should say, it should indicate that there's lights and there's a problem in the engine. Okay. Now think about this. This is logical. If I ask you, something that you love to go, the place that you love to go. Let's say Blue Mountains. You don't like to go Blue Mountains because you have been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, you hate it, right? Because you have seen so many times. But people who come from Perth, Western Australia, Darwin area, they love to go and see beautiful Blue Mountains. People live in Blue Mountains. I mean, there are people who live in Blue Mountains, right? Do they feel the same way? Then what is the logical reason behind the idea that Blue Mountain makes you happiness? Blue Mountain makes you happy. What is the logical reason behind that? I'm showing you that you have a huge problem in your mindset. Do you understand this? Your reasonings are illogical, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there's a purpose of this water glass. Use it for that purpose, that's fine. That's why I told you, I'm not asking you to stop buying a car. Buy the car. Buy a car that's very comfortable to you. That's fine. But the thing is, don't project that happiness is coming from the car. That is wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Those days I remember, this happened to me. When I wanted to do exercises, that as seen on TV, those people who do exercises, they always do exercise with happy face, isn't it? I mean, do they record that video like this? No. When they're doing the exercise, they are like that. And they have the 6-pack, 1-pack or whatever the packs there, right? And they have the muscles and everything. So I thought, okay, so this is the best way you can be happy. At the same time, you have the 6-packs actually. So I asked my mom and we invest some money and we bought this Orbitrev or something, the exercise machine. Then what happened? I started doing that exercise and then after 10 minutes and half an hour, I start to feel, oh my goodness. Now I start to feel the pain here and then I felt, oh, what a fraud they were. They were decepting us, right? It's a deception. It's another perception that you felt, you perceive when you're looking at that advertisement. Advertising companies, what they do, they tell you that because of this, their life is wonderful. And then you think, okay, in order to have a wonderful life, you want that product. Once you cling onto that product, then that's the end of story of you. Why? Now mental pain rises in your mind, and then when you go on the aisles in the Woolworth or Coles, when you see that product, then what happens? Automatically your hand goes to that aisle and you're buying that product. Why? That makes you feel happy because that that actor who were there in the TV advertisement, they told you what? How do they show that like this, right? Happy? Is there any advertisement that shows you like this? Sad? No. I mean, when you're having a chocolate, they say what? Then you project what? Chocolate gives me happy. Okay. Now what happened? That's the end of story. How many kilos of chocolate that you're going to have to satisfy yourself? If you think about the food that you had so far throughout this life, how many kilos that you had? Are you satisfied now? How many times you have been to restaurant to satisfy yourself? Would you be able to satisfy yourself, or it's utter waste of time? Ladies and gentlemen, mindful living is this. You are living mindfully about what's going on within you. If you want energy to run the body, okay, have some food. It's fine. You can have pizza, you can have whatever the material. But you know that these are energy, isn't it? Let's say I have pizza, I have spaghetti, and I have a bread. Now tell me, what is this? Electron, proton, neutrons. And what is this? Electron, protons, neutrons. What is this? Is it spaghetti? Or different arrangement of electron, proton, neutrons? Come on. Be mindful about what's going on here. When you have it for the purpose, you don't feel the grudge, you don't feel the pressure, you don't feel the stress, you don't feel the anxiety. But when you're thinking, imagine if you have an exam, why do you feel anxious? Because you feel that if you pass the exam, your life will be puppies and rainbows, ladies and gentlemen. How many exams that you have passed so far, and now your life is puppies and rainbows, so you are still the same, you are doing the same old. When I finished my undergrad, somebody came to me. No, when I finished my A levels, advanced levels, one of my friend came to me and said, brother, mate, you have to start CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Account. That is the way to be happy. Then what I did, I started that. Another guy came to me and said, if you want to become happy, then you have to start IT. IT professionals earn a lot of money. Money can make you happy. See, why people need money? Why do they need money? Do you know the reason? Money, such a honey. You know why? Do you know the reason? You can easily buy panadols quickly. If you want to buy panadol as soon as possible, okay, you need to have money. I'm talking about the panadol, means not the panadol, the panadol. Panadol in the sense, this is also a panadol. Do you understand this?
The idea in the mind.
That's the not the idea in the mind. The car is the panadol for this idea. Idea is something wrong. It's illogical. It's not something correct. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you think this is ignorance? This is the ignorance. Because of the ignorance, attachment arises. As a result of attachment, now there's a mental pain, mental vexation arises. As a result of mental vexation, now you perform an action to get rid of the mental vexation. Now, since it reduces, you deceived, you think, you perceive it as happiness. The reduction of mental pressure, you perceive it as happiness. Relief. You know that if you want to get the relief that you experience when you have a panadol after headache, then you need the headache again, isn't it? Right? Otherwise you won't get that, you won't feel it again. Let's say your father hit you, punch you, and now you feel pain. Then your mom come and hug you and then the treat you. Then how do you feel? You feel mother's love. Have you had this experience? If you want to feel mother's love, then your father had to hit you, isn't it? In that way, because when your mother comes and treats you, then you feel, oh, my mom, I love you. I hate my father. Do you understand this point? Ladies and gentlemen, not only you, all the human beings are insane, have this mindset. What? They have projected this idea. The physical material things contains the happiness, contains the satisfaction. They can liberate yourself from suffering. No, that's the wrong idea. But they can do things for your life. This can bring water to your body. This can bring some food to your body. This can show you the time. What is this? Baba, Bulbul. This can show you time. In the conventional world, this is true that when we are having something, a ceremony or something like that, we keep a flower vase or something, a decoration. That's okay. That's for the convention. But this doesn't bring you happiness. Now, which part of this brings you happiness? Show me. Is this part? Then we should go and find this person who made this, he has included happiness in here. None of the electrons in this world can make you happy. None of the protons in this world makes you happy. None of the neutrons in this world can make you happy. You know why I'm talking about electron, proton, neutrons? Because this is only what I have studied for 10, 15 years. Chemistry. Because these are energies, isn't it? Can light energy makes you happy? Can wind energy makes you happy? Okay, let's ask question. Can light energy makes you happy? No. Then when I'm watching TV, do you feel happiness? Then why are you watching TV? You feel that satisfaction. That is the pleasure. Relief of the pressure. That is what we call pleasure. Relief from the pressure. Thank God. See? Thank God it got away. Do you understand this concept? If I simply draw this, ignorance leads to attachment, leads to suffering, the mental pressure, and because of the action, that suffering got rid away, withers away, goes away, withers away. The relief, you feel that relief is actually coming because of what? You are clinging this relief with the action. As a result of that, you are pumping ignorance. This is the vicious cycle that we all live in. You can't come out of this unless you are mindful about your living, unless you contemplate about, unless you're thinking about why you're doing this. Shall we do this? When in your day-to-day life, can you think about why are you doing this? Are you doing this for happiness? Are you doing this for this purpose? Each and every action. Okay, when you wake up in the morning out of the bed, right? You go and brush teeth. Why? Are you brushing teeth for happiness, or are you brushing teeth for the purpose of brushing the teeth? Mindful about that. When you are washing the clothes, when you are washing your body, mindful about that you are washing your body because of what? Otherwise, other people can't live with you, isn't it? Then you feel nobody can come closer to you if you don't wash yourself, your body. For that, when you're leaving the community, ladies and gentlemen, this is the ultimate solution for all the chaos that happens in the world. People are fighting each other. People can't love each other. People hate each other. Love and compassion is not there in the world because of lack of understanding this. Shall I tell you the secret? You know the mental suffering that here you feel? Shall I give you a name for that? Another name for that? You know the mental pain that you feel? When you want something, you feel the pain, isn't it? Shall I give a name for that? Another name for that? You know that. Self. This is where you feel that you exist. Each and every moment you feel that you exist because of this suffering. You keep doing things for you, isn't it? You want things, isn't it? Think about when you were small, when your mom gave you something, your brother and sister, let's say, to divide the portion and have it, let's say chocolate, then you fight each other, right? Why? You fought each other because of what? You want your portion to be bigger than his portion. Why? The pain comes. The mental pain is the self, ladies and gentlemen. It's a feeling. It's a sense. Now, at this moment also, you feel that. Why? You want to see, isn't it? You want to hear, isn't it? Hello, can you hear me? See? That is the self. Nobody would be able to find this out unless who is inspecting this clearly and thoroughly would be able to surface this out. This is the self, that suffering, that gives you suffering each and every moment. The sense of self. You feel that you exist. That comes along with this mental pressure. Each and every moment you have this. Shall I explain to you the destiny that I am going in words? Shall I explain to you the destination, my destination that I set myself? You have eyes, but you don't want to see. You have ears, but you don't want to hear. You have nose, but you don't want to smell. You have a tongue, but you don't want to taste. You have a whole body, but you don't want to feel. You have a mind, but you don't want to think. You have eyes, but you don't want to see. Then that means having an eye or not having an eye won't make you suffer because you have no wanting. Do you understand this point? Wanting. You need an eye because of what? You think that happiness is there in the outside. In order to be happy, you want an eye. When you find out 100%, when you prove to yourself that happiness is not there in the outside, ladies and gentlemen, now you don't need an eye. But now you are using your eye for the purpose for itself, like it builds. What is the purpose? To see when you're going. When you go, you need to see what's obstacles, right? Then you are using your eye for that purpose. Now what you're doing? You're using your eyes for what? To bring happiness to your life. This cannot bring happiness to your life. This is innocent. He doesn't know that you are abusing it. If your eye can shout, he will scream at you, please, at least close it for a while, at least, please. You keep using, you're abusing me. Because we all have untamed mind. There's a nice stanza in Buddha has uttered. Natam mata pita kaira anye vapi janyataka samma panihitan chittang seyyaso nan tato kare. No mother, no father, no other kin can do neither good for himself than a well-directed mind. If you want to experience this, I'm going not alone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming from a monastery that we all practice this. There's a way, and we are doing that. Let's start this business. Let's start living mindfully, at least for the purpose. I'm using this for purpose. I don't own it. I'm using this rope for the purpose. I don't own it. I mean, not a single thread says that this belongs to Mahinda Thero. These threads in this rope, they don't have an agenda to be with me. Because these are things that made for the purpose. Do you understand this? Purpose? Why are you sitting? Why are you sitting right now? I mean, the chair is why people made chairs? To sit. Okay, you are using for the purpose. People are doing that, ladies and but people don't feel that they are not mindful about that idea. What is that idea? The happiness is, there's no happiness associated with these things. This sound doesn't have happiness. That's why when I do this, what happens? That's enough. Can you stop it? This sound doesn't have happiness. Okay, tell me, is it happy? Does it have happiness? When you project, okay, that sound brings you happiness, then after the musical show, you always say, one more. Even though after they spend a lot of energy and they break the guitars and everything and they perform well, right? After they perform well, then you yelling at them, one more, one more. Then at least they should scold you. You guys never satisfy with them. But they don't scold you because why? They are also ignorant. They think, oh, we have the demand, see? All the people get together and they are wasting energy in this world. The dynamos are rotating for nothing. There's no useful thing happening. Why? Nobody satisfied. Electricity board is working for the Sydney electricity. What is that? New South Wales electricity board, whatever. They are working days and nights to provide you energy for what? To satisfy yourself. Can you be satisfied? No. If you have this mindset that I explained, if you have eyes you don't want to see, then you can pass away. You can die without wanting. Then you are ready for the death. You don't feel the compassion and love that I have towards you. I want you to start this journey, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to start this way of thinking. This is this is a paradigm shift. This is changing the point of view. You understand this because of the support that I'm giving in this room. So we have some announcement. That is, on 5th of December, is it Ashadamat? 5th of December? Sorry? 5th of December, my teacher is coming to town in Sydney. Imagine when you're looking at Mona Lisa, how do you feel? Mona Lisa is beautiful, isn't it? The Da Vinci is the man behind the Mona Lisa. Right? I received this wisdom. I received this knowledge. I received this practice. I am practicing this. I am a Mona Lisa here. Da Vinci is coming on 5th. I didn't go deeper here, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many deep things that we have to discuss. We discussed these things in the Buddhist Detox retreat. This is just a scratching the surface. We haven't discussed deeper things. There's more deeper things that you have to understand. In order to do so, I want you to join with that events if you are available. That's 5th of December. I don't know where it is. Is it here? Rec Center. Okay. So he's bigger than me, and his words are more powerful than my words. This is the man who changed me. This is the man behind this story. This is the man behind all the 750 people who practice this path with me. He's the father of this fatherhood. Actually, father of this wisdom is the Buddha, and he's my teacher. So we call it Guru Tero. Guru means what? Teacher. So if you are available on 5th of December, I welcome you, and please come there. And because this is not a knowledge. I'm not feeding you knowledge. I'm not throwing you knowledge. I'm throwing some concept that you have to see your life, some deeply understand about your life. Because I am happy right now. I don't want you to be. I don't want things. I don't need things. I don't need things to be happy. I don't. In order to be happy, I don't need things. None of the food can make me happy now because I am happy right now. Then if I'm not seeking happiness, then I'm happy, isn't it? The happiness is here. You have it. You have it. You have it. You have to surface it out. It is hidden because of your searching for it. It's like let's say you have the spectacles on here and you are searching for the spectacles. When are you going to find it out? Sometimes you have spectacles, you keep it here and you are searching for the spectacles. Where is the spectacle? See? This is something you are doing. Wake up. I really love this audience. Nobody sleep. Sometimes, when some people sleep, they wake up at the end. That awaken is not the awaken that I expect. I want you to wake up. You are in a deep sleep, even though you open your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, Buddhism is not a religion. This is the science of life. This is the university of life. I'm not asking you to become a Buddhist because I'm also not a Buddhist. Even though I'm wearing a robe. I'm a scientist in a robe. You can call me in that way. Because I am a scientist. I was a scientist. I did a PhD. I did a postdoctoral fellowship. I worked with viruses. Now I'm also working with a virus. This virus is infected in my mind. I'm trying my hard to get rid of that virus with the antibiotics and whatever the antiviral drug that I received from my teachers. You are with that virus and you don't know that you are with the virus. That's why I want you to help. And we are conducting weekly sessions every Monday. Now we change the date on Monday. Detox your mind. See, we have nice names. Detox your minds. So these are online sessions for in English medium. Bakula Thera and me conducting that, and sometimes we invite other monks from our monastery as well at 7 p.m. Sydney time. There are plenty of opportunities that we have provided to you. Take the maximum out of it. I'm serving myself. I'm sacrificing each and every moment of myself towards the humanity because I know one thing. This is the way to love like a king of hearts. This is the way to love everybody without boundaries. When you understand that there's a common enemy for everybody, then you can love everybody, isn't it? When you understand there's a common enemy behind everybody, then you can love everybody. Why? There's a common enemy. So we all have to come together and fight for that common enemy. Help us to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Venerable Dr. Mahendra. And also, we hope you have got some valuable insights and a transformative experience from this session. As Venerable Bhante also explained to you, like we have some upcoming events, so I would like to give some information about those. There will be 2 more insight talks within next 2 weeks' time. So hope you all can join us. So the first one is the Illusionist, which is conducted by the Venerable Dr. Mahendra at Newtown Neighbourhood Centre on Monday, 25th November. And the second one is called The Theory of Everything, conducted by our Guru Thero of the Jethavanarama Monastery at the Baroda Room Rec Centre on Thursday, 5th of December. So there are some flyers we already prepared. So before you go, if you can you can get more information about those events.
Can't they attend to the UTS now?
No.
It's closed. Sold out.
We had another one coming this Saturday, but
It's a workshop. Theory of everything. Theory of reality.
This is good.
This is.
yeah, those are the flyers for those upcoming events. And for those who wish to continue practicing Dharma, there's more opportunities available. So we actually we open a discussion forum from today onwards. So you are the first the crowds who hear that in the valuable news. So if you would like to discuss more Dhamma matters and share your knowledge, you can join to this discussion forum. So all of the information actually mentioned on the feedback form. And also, as Bhante mentions, we have weekly online sessions, which helps on Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. And also we got some Enlight WhatsApp groups if you would like to stay connected with us, so you can even join this WhatsApp group also. And also basically we have some YouTube channels if you want to explore more about the Jethavanarama teachings, you can join, you can see those in our YouTube channel. So So we kindly request if you can fill that feedback forms with your contact details, especially your phone number and the email address. That's where we can stay in touch with you about our future events, as well as you can join to our those activities. As we come to the end of these sessions, thanks everyone for being here today. And also I'll take this as an opportunity to convey my gratitudes to the Venerable Dr. Mahintha for his valuable time and effort, and hope to see you all in our future events too. So thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.
I like to give something. It's like a advertisement, right? Imagine there's an illusionist, he doesn't know he's an illusionist. What would happen? There's an illusionist, he doesn't know he's an illusionist. Now he's complaining about, okay, I have this problem, that problem, that problem. The illusionist always eludes things, right? If he doesn't know that he is an illusionist, then what happens? He doesn't know that it's an illusion that he is living in. Aha. That's happened here. Thank you very much.